This is the Nintendo podcast by gogamego. I'm gogamego, and this is episode 7. Let's get right into it. First up is rumors. There's actually, and I'm really excited about this rumor. There's a rumor about Nintendo DS possibly coming to Nintendo Switch Online. The DS is one of my favorite systems of all time. Absolutely love it. I had so many games for it. I would be thrilled if this would come to Nintendo Switch Online. Now, according to GameRant.com, a new patent filing from Nintendo could indicate that a potential DS app is on its way to the Nintendo Switch Online service. The patent, possibly related to Nintendo Switch Online, demonstrated that users could connect one or two Switch consoles wirelessly to emulate the DS's dual screen controls, or swap between the top and bottom DS screens via a controller input. As reported by ex-user Mike Odyssey, a Nintendo patent filing published on October 16th would allow users with one or two Switch consoles to play DS games via three methods. The first method was described as a parent and child setup in Nintendo's patent. In this scenario, a Switch parent unit would wirelessly connect to a second Switch console, which would become the child unit. The parent would become the DS's top screen, and the child would act as the DS's bottom screen for accessing touch controls. I don't understand this part at all. This is bizarre. You're going to have two Switches or Switch 2s, one on top of the other, like laying on a table to do this? That's bizarre, unless there's going to be some kind of connection. I don't know. That just seems so strange to me. Maybe there's something else. Maybe there's some hardware involved. I don't know. All right, let's get back to the article. Two other methods would require just one Switch console, as a picture-in-picture mode and a Switch screen option were also listed in Nintendo's patent. Both methods were previously utilized by the Wii U's Virtual Console lineup, which allowed DS games to be played either on the TV or on the Wii U gamepad. The Wii U Virtual Console also allowed users to prioritize which DS screen to control with a gamepad, and it was configurable on a per-game basis. Yeah, I remember using this on the Wii U, and I loved it. I thought it was great. So, man, I really hope this is true. It would be awesome if, who knows, maybe the next few months or year or so, we'll be playing some Nintendo DS games, and there's so many games. I mean, there's just hundreds and hundreds of DS games that we could have access to here soon. So, keep your fingers crossed. All right, let's get to the news. There was a huge Pokemon leak. I'm not going to go into any details about what was leaked. I'll just give you kind of an overhead view. That was there were future games were mentioned for several years, actually, as well as info about personnel as to who's working on what games. That was kind of odd. And there's also some test footage of a new Pokemon engine, which was pretty cool looking. So go ahead and check it out if you want, or not if you don't want the spoilers. The official Sonic Japanese account has announced that Sonic Racing Cross World's original soundtrack, Echoes of Dimensions, will release physically on November 26th, featuring over 200 tracks from the game. Wow, that would be pretty awesome to have. I might have to look into that one. Sega and Sonic the Hedgehog are teaming up with Waze, the navigation app. This includes Sonic-themed voices and icons to help guide you to your destination. And it's available right now. Actually, I was driving around this morning using it, and it's all right. I mean, some of the Sonic stuff is kind of funny, what he says, but man, in just a short time period, I heard like the same audio clips over and over and over. I don't know. Hopefully they can spread that out or do some more audio clips, because it was a bit monotonous. All right, Bloomberg has reported Nintendo is aiming to produce as many as 25 million Switch 2 units by the end of March 2026. Nintendo is asking its manufacturing partners to ramp up output, counting on demand to persist over the next coming holidays and into the new year. As of now, Nintendo is likely to comfortably surpass analyst estimates for sales of 17.6 million devices in the fiscal year ending in March, let alone its own much lower public forecast the people said, asking not to be named and discussing private plans. Nintendo can be expected to sell roughly 20 million units of the Switch 2 this fiscal year, based on shipping estimates from its assembly partners, with any leftover consoles in inventory for the next fiscal year. Well, I guess so much for no one buying the Switch 2, huh? I remember when it first came out, people were jumping all over the negativity. Oh, it's going to be the next Wii U. And it's like, no, this is going to be the next nothing. There's nothing else like this. It's selling better than anything. So that's pretty awesome. Looks like the Switch 2 has a pretty bright future ahead. Time for new releases. By the way, it just hit me the other day that I wish the eShop icon would have like a little dot next to it whenever there's new games available, kind of like the blue dot notifying you a new friend request, or maybe even that top part of the Switch 2 that kind of sticks up over the dock. Maybe that lights up. Something that like catches your attention and draws you in. It's like, hey, there's new games. I would think Nintendo would want it. I would think developers would want it. And users. I don't know why they're not taking advantage of that. First up is Pokemon Legends ZA for Switch 1, $60, and Switch 2 for $70. There's Day 1 DLC for $30. Right now, Pokemon Legends ZA for the Switch is the #1 selling video game on Amazon. Infinos and Infinos 2 for Switch 1 are both $5 each. These are 2D horizontal shoot 'em ups. They look pretty decent. I haven't bought them yet, but I'll take another look here in a little bit. And just a little reminder, Yuka Replayly, even though it's already out digitally, the physical comes out December 18th. Scoop It Crane Game for Switch 1. This is by developer Satbox. It's $7 on sale for $5 until November 14th. Now, I'm a big fan of Satbox games. I know a lot of people probably just gloss right over it because it looks like shovelware, but they make really good games. And let me just give you a description of Scoop It, the crane game. Now, this is like a cozy, very casual game. So if you're into intense shooters and stuff, you may not be interested in this at all. But here's a description. There's a score attack mode where you scoop up tons of prizes and earn a high spot on the leaderboards. Aim for a jackpot and something amazing might happen. Battle mode, intense one-on-one showdowns await. Test your skills against CPUs and friends. Take on crane game masters from around the world in online battles. Collection mode, admire the prizes you've collected. Can you collect all 280 plus prizes and complete your collection? Now, I've been playing this week. I grabbed it right away because, like I said, I'm a big Satbox fan. Score attack is fun. It's just a single player mode. You're just trying to scoop up as many of these items as you can, and you're trying to fill out your collection. And it also has a high score mode, which is nice. Battle mode is you literally can play CPUs, or I think you can do someone else right there on the couch. But the best part is you can do these battles online. I've been battling. It's pretty much just me and a bunch of Japanese people right now playing this game. But I have gotten a couple of victories in here. There's a leaderboard, which is awesome. Satbox is also known for doing leaderboards in their games. So I like this quite a bit. And then the collection mode, you can literally go, I think there's 8 pages worth of collections, over 200. And you can see if you can fill out the entire collection. Right now, it's fairly easy because I don't have a lot, so I'm picking up new stuff all the time. But later on, it's going to be quite difficult trying to collect everything. If you're interested in something casual like this, go check it out. Scoop It Crane Game by Satbox. Now, this next one is a Japanese-only game. It is called, let's see if I can get this right, Gekidan Musume Akane and Aoi for Switch 1. I think that's pretty close. This is by Gmode, and this is one of those Japanese feature phone games. I've talked about this before. I love how Gmode is taking old Japanese feature phones from like early 2000 and redoing it and putting it on the eShop, the Japanese eShop anyway. So I love this. This is a shooter. It's only for Switch 1. It's 800 yen. It's on sale for 720 yen. I picked this up. I've only played a little bit. It seems okay. I wouldn't say it's as good as the the cave shooters that are also on there for feature phones. But so far it doesn't seem too bad, but I do need to play it more. Just Dance 2026 for Switch 1 is out. Yes. $50 for the deluxe, $60 for the ultimate. And there's also a $75, which includes DLC, Dr. Gigavolt pack. I know these games are really popular. I've never played any of these. So there you go, a new version. Ball Pit for Switch 1 is out. It's not Ball X Pit. It's Ball Pit, and the X is silent in this game. I guess they put the X in there just to differentiate itself, because just Googling Ball Pit is not going to get you the game, I bet. But you throw that X in there, and you're going to find that game. All right, this is $15. The brick-breaking, ball-fusing, base-building survival roguelite. Whew, man. Here's a description. Ball Pit is a fast-paced fantasy roguelite where heroes must find the balls to plunge. Nice play on words. To plunge deeper into a seemingly bottomless pit of monsters. Develop arcane ammunition and resources in pursuit of treasure, recruiting additional heroes to aid you in your perilous quest. Now, this is the game I've been playing the most this week, and I highly recommend this. This game is fantastic. It's only $15 to boot. Super Yellow Ball Man for Switch 1. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person anywhere that's going to mention this game. Not because it's fantastic. It kind of looks terrible, to be honest. But I thought what was interesting is that there's a demo available. These kind of games, these like shovelware type games, never have demos available. So what did I do? I went and I downloaded the demo, and I played through the whole thing. It is, it's not great. It looks terrible, but it kind of plays okay. It's a very simple game. I mean, there was only 5 levels they had, I think, or maybe there was 4. The first couple, you're just moving your guy around in a maze. If you touch it, they're like spikes, and you get points taken off. The last 2 are you're trying to slam your character into somebody else and getting points for it, or shoving them in a hole. It's almost like you're on a billiards table, but there's only 4 pockets like in the corner, and they're square, which is weird because you're a ball. I don't know. I just thought I'd mention this because it's so interesting. It's just a demo. Yeah, go try the demo. See what you think. Let me know. This is $2.80. It's on sale for $2.52. How about that? That sale ends on 10/31, so don't wait around. X-Force Genesis Definitive Edition for Switch 1. It's a $7 game. It's on sale for $3.50 until November 15th. I did notice in the eShop there's an original version of this game for $10. But this is the definitive edition for $7, and it's on sale for $3.50. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Description is, this is a thrilling vertical scrolling game. You'll revisit the great classics from the golden age of 8-bit and 16-bit games. I haven't played this. I looked at it. It looked okay. There's a lot of shooters out this week, and this one just didn't catch my attention. So I didn't buy this one at all. And I probably won't unless I hear otherwise that this is a fantastic game. But just from looking at it, I don't know. It just seems okay. Cat God Ranch for Switch 1. $13 on sale for $10.39. The sale ends on October 30th. Here's a description. I've watched this video. I have no idea what this game does. Let me just read and see if you can figure this out. You take on the role of ranch manager and grow your fledgling herd of animals into one worthy of pleasing the cat god. There are many different paths to choose, but only one hurdle to overcome at the end of each week. Pay tribute to the cat god or face his wrath, or have your ranch be shut down. Over 100 types of animals, all with their own unique abilities. There you go. I watched it. I honestly don't know what this is. It's so bizarre. Now, why am I even mentioning it here? I'm mentioning it because it has some of the most beautiful illustrations of these animals. These ones that you're, I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing? You're herding them? I don't know. But the game looks beautiful. I really love the art style. And that caught my attention. This looks like it's probably some kind of casual, cozy game. But I don't know. If you're into something like that, check it out. Cat God Ranch. And if you figure out what the heck it is, let me know. All right, here we got another oddball one. Mr. Elevator. I love that name, Mr. Elevator. Reminds me of Mr. Mosquito on PS2. This is for Switch 1, though, and it's $15. It's on sale for $13.49. That ends on 11/3. Here's the description. An elevator starts talking in this magic realism puzzle adventure. There's a genre I've never heard of. Hello, I am Mr. Elevator. You had a tough time just now, didn't you? Oh, you don't know where this place is? In that case, why don't you start by exploring your surroundings with your right and left hands? Touch the place you've wandered into with your hands and find your way. Try knocking on a door that interests you or tapping on a wall where you think something is wrong. In some cases, it might be important to tap with both hands. There's no video of this. It's just screenshots. The artwork is very strange. And just like the last game, I don't have any idea what's going on with this game. But it's kind of intriguing. Mr. Elevator, the description, not knowing what's going on. Again, if you pick this game up and you understand it, let me know what the heck this thing is. It's so strange. All right, next up is Randomax. It's for Switch 1. This is $10. It's on sale for $9. That sale ends on 11/7. This is a vertical shoot 'em up, and there is a demo available. Here's a description. This is a roguelite vertical scrolling STG. That's kind of like the Japanese shorthand for shooting, with over 70 types of randomly supplied equipment and weapons. 3 equip slots to assign combinations of unique weapons such as black bombs and bullet reversing barriers. How you attack, defend, collect your items, your playstyle, and your luck will generate an infinite number of possibilities. Now here's some features. 6 stages plus 3 character-specific stages, each for a total of 19 stages. There's 3 types of ships with distinct characteristics, more than 70 different types of equipable armaments. That's a tough word. A unique ending for each character, 6 adjustable difficulty levels. Now, I did play the demo, and if you like shooters, I suggest you get the demo as well. It seems pretty decent, to be honest. That might even be good. I'm just not sure. Didn't get to play enough, but I went through the demo, and the one unique aspect of this game, you know how in some shooters, you're blowing everything up, and all these like pieces of gold or whatever power-ups all pop up on the screen, and sometimes you just have to run around and grab it all. Other times, if you let go of your shot button, they all kind of get sucked into your ship, and you get them all. And this one, there's a literal line on the screen. It's like 3/4 of the way up the screen. And if you go into that area, you will suck up all the power-ups, all the gold or whatever there is. You'll suck it all up. Even if that stuff is below the line, you'll still get it all. And I got to tell you, I was really enjoying that part of the game. This is a game I might grab at some point. I know it's on sale right now. But man, there's just so many shooters out right now. I might have to wait on this one, maybe in a few months when it goes on a deeper sale. But check out the demo. I really like that system it was using. Okay, so here's the scary, spooky type game of the week. It's called The Cabin Factory for Switch 1. It's only $3. So it's kind of hard to go wrong. Even if the game isn't that great, you only spend $3. Here's some features. Atmospheric horrors await. Step into the anomaly hunting experience inspired by liminal spaces and psychological horror walking simulators. Compact story. Tired of long games? Experience the full narrative in one evening. Okay, so it's a $3 game. Obviously, it's very short. They're telling you right up front it's short, which you would expect for $3. But it's kind of a creepy little game. So if you're looking for something kind of spooky or whatever for October to play, this might be your game. It actually didn't look too bad. Arcade Archives game of the week is Munchmobile for Switch 1. There wasn't a Switch 2 version that I saw, which is interesting. It's $8. The description is Munchmobile is an action game released by SNK in 1983. Pilot a mysterious car with arms. That does make it mysterious. Picking up fuel and food along the way, the goal is to make it home before your fuel runs out. Place trash left from your food into bins to earn big points. Show consideration in public spaces and enjoy a fun drive. I've played this on the emulator. It's okay. I'm not getting this game. I don't know if you might like it, but if you do, let me know. I'm really curious. This isn't really a game for me, so I'll be skipping this week's Arcade Archive. And the final game of the week is Neoteria for Switch 1. This is a $5 horizontal shoot 'em up. And here's a description. Neoteria is a throwback to the classic horizontal shoot 'em up games with waves and waves of enemies coming at you, all trying to take you down. You need quick reflexes and avoid collisions. Shoot the enemy waves and power up your weapon. Now, I've been playing this game a bit. I did pick this one up. And a little bit later in this show, I'm going to be talking about Ball Pit, that Scoop It crane game, and Neoteria. Because those are the three games I've been playing a pretty good amount that all came out this week. Let's move on to eShop deals. First up, MLB The Show 25 for Switch 1. This is $15. It was $60. Wow. It's quite a bargain. But this ends on 10/20, which means I'm recording this on 10/19. So by the time you hear this, it might already be over. So hopefully you can sneak in there and grab it if that's what you want. The MLB Show 25 Digital Deluxe Edition is also on sale. That's $25. It was $100. Holy smokes. That ends tomorrow as well, 10/20. Disney Dreamlight Valley Enhanced Edition for Switch 1. It's $52. It was $80. But this pack includes 2 DLCs, and this ends on 11/2. Dungeons of Dreadrock for Switch 1. This is $2. It was $10. It ends on 11/3. There's a demo available. Here's a description. Dungeons of Dreadrock is a puzzle adventure game in which you set out to save your little brother. The spirit of 1980s home computer adventure games revived for contemporary audiences and platforms. Fight and puzzle your way through 100 handcrafted levels into the ancient depths of Dreadrock Mountain. So looking at this, it's basically a 2D Zelda-like game. It looks fantastic. Matter of fact, right during this podcast, I went ahead and I bought this game because it looks so good. There's also a Dungeons of Dreadrock 2 for Switch 1, also on sale. This is $7.70. It was $15. This is episode 2 of the Dreadrock trilogy. So there's a third one coming. Here's a good time to jump in, I guess. For $2, you can get on the first game, and then you still have another game out there and a third one coming. Very cool. Bell Boomerang for Switch 1. It's $2, was $8, and that ends on 10/28. This is a fast action platformer packed with beautiful pixel art and exciting variation in every level. I have played this. I bought this a long time ago, and from what I remember, yeah, it's pretty darn good. The Oregon Trail, Switch 1, $12, was $30, and this sale ends on 10/22. So if you want to buy this game for the 20th time, there you go. It's on sale. Perfect timing. Untitled Goose Game for Switch 1. I had this game. This game is a lot of fun. It's $10, was $20. Oh boy, this ends on 10/20 as well. That means if you don't hear this podcast today when I release it, you're going to miss out. Pronti, Switch 1, $4.49, was $15. That ends on 10/23. Here's the description. Dive into this deep sea Metroidvania where you face off against underwater mutants. This has really nice artwork, and I think it looks pretty darn good. Celeste, Switch 1, $5, was $20. This is a great time to get this game if you've never played it. Of course, this is the one that was such a big game a few years ago. That's a tough as nails platformer. Really good, though. This sale ends on 10/26. Lair of the Clockwork God for Switch 1. It's $4. It was $20. That ends on 10/27. This is rated M. It's the only game that I looked up this week that had I had to put in my birth date. Here's a description. Why play one genre of a game when you could be playing 2 slightly different ones at the same time? Solve classic point-and-click puzzles as Ben to create unique upgrade items for Dan. so he can jump higher, run faster, and blast everything away with a shiny new gun. Then run and jump as Dan to unlock new areas and exciting puzzles for Ben. Man, I bought this, it feels like years ago. I don't know why I didn't play more. It was a lot of fun. It's a cool game. You can control two guys. You swap back and forth. It's pretty darn neat. Glay Lancer for Switch 1 is $3.49, was $7. This is a 2D shoot 'em up, and this sale ends on 10/23. Equip multiple weapons and power-ups. Choose between different optional formations to customize your ship and become the most powerful fighting force in space. Features: improved modes available with accessibility features and modern controls. Classic and deep space shoot 'em up gameplay. Epic space opera with anime cutscenes. Customize the ship's attacking power. This has iconic retro console graphics and sound. Legacy 16-bit title from the 1990s. Yeah, this is an old title that has been redone. Darkwood for Switch 1 is $3.74, was $15. This ends on 10/28. Description is: Darkwood is a challenging survivor horror that does not rely on jump scares. Craft weapons, prepare traps, fortify hideouts. You will explore and scavenge the eerie forest of the Soviet bloc by day, then hunker down in your hideout at night. This is a great game for October if you're looking for something scary. Speedrunners for Switch 1 is $3.74. It was $15. This ends on 10/23. There's a demo available. I've never even heard of this game. There are 5 DLC packs for it. That's crazy. So each one is currently on sale for 74 cents, discounted down from 3. Speedrunners is a 4-player competitive platformer with grapple hooks, power-ups, and interactive environments. Run, jump, and swing around, fire rockets, and grapple onto your opponents to knock them off screen. This sounds like a lot of fun. Like I said, there is a demo available to check it out. And it's 4-player couch co-op, and it says online as well, so that's pretty neat. There's also a Speedrunners Deluxe Edition for Switch 1. This is $6.74. It was $27. Sale ends on 10/23. Now, this Deluxe Edition includes all the DLC, so if you do the math, I believe this Deluxe Edition is actually a better deal. Ghostblade HD for Switch 1. It's $4.19 right now. It was $15. The sale ends on 10/24. Here's the description. Ghostblade HD is an intense bullet hell top-down shoot 'em up. It features an awesome 2-player mode. It's easy to learn, hard to master. Here's some features. Beautiful and detailed HD graphics. There's 5 stages with huge boss enemies and 3 difficulty levels. There's 3 battleships with different weapon types. You have arcade-style gameplay and an addictive scoring system. 2-player local co-op mode, which is always nice, and online leaderboards, which to me is kind of essential in a shooter. You want to be able to see where you rank against everyone. This also has an in-game achievement system. So here in the podcast, I would normally start talking about the hidden gem of the week and the Japanese import game of the week. But since I bought 3 games that just came out, I wanted to focus in on those. First up is Ball Pit. It describes a brick-breaking, ball-fusing, base-building survival roguelite. You play in a world where a city, it's called Balbalon, nice name, has fallen, leaving behind a massive pit full of monsters and creatures. The core loop is you go into the pit and you use bouncing, ricocheting balls as your weapons. That's where people kind of compare this to Breakout. But you don't have a paddle or anything. You have a guy that you're actually moving around. You defeat hordes of enemies, you collect resources, and then you go back to your base and you build and eventually upgrade the stuff that you've built. One of the key elements of the game is the ball weapons and fusion. You collect and equip different balls, which are the projectiles, and these things bounce around, they hit enemies, they ricochet off of surfaces. There's 60 plus randomized ball types, and you can fuse or combine them to create new effects and stronger combinations. Now, it's interesting when you have like a basic shot, a basic ball that goes bouncing around, and then you can start building up special balls that when you shoot them out, they hit stuff and they ricochet back. Now, if you catch them right away, that's great because then you can shoot them right back out. If you don't catch them right away, then the ball goes all the way down to the bottom, hits the base basically, and then comes back to you. So you have to wait a little bit. It is better if you can catch it right away. Outside of these runs, you can build a settlement with several buildings. There's 70 plus unique structures in the game, and they unlock bonuses, new characters, and resources. Each run into the pit is a roguelike style attempt. You gain XP, you unlock more balls, characters, buildings, then you go back and try again stronger. There's different realms, areas, deserts, frozen caverns, forests, all with diverse enemies and bosses. What happens is once you, at least for the first level, once you completed 2 runs, you get a gear for each run. Once you get 2 gears, you can unlock another level in the pit. So you can go down one further and play a whole new level. I'm not sure if that one requires the same 2 gears or if you need 3 gears for that, but that's the basics of the game. The game is fantastic. I absolutely love this. It makes you want to just keep coming back. The gameplay is fast. The building part, where you like plan stuff or you put buildings out there, it's actually really simple and fun. It's not like a farming game or anything. And the cool thing is, once you put the stuff out there, in order to harvest what you've built, you actually have like little guys at the bottom, and there's a dotted line, and you move it back and forth, and you place it wherever you want. And when you do, your guys are going to go run in that area. But when they hit new sections, they bounce off it, kind of like in Breakout. So once you have it set up, you pull your right trigger, and the guys go flying off, and they start smashing into things. The more things they smash into, the more you collect, which is a pretty cool feature. I love how they did that. It's makes it a little game within a game itself. So yeah, I highly recommend Ball Pit. It's fantastic. It's fast. It's fun. And I think you're really, really going to like this game. Next up is Scoop It, the crane game. I talked about this pretty extensively earlier in the new releases, but I just wanted to go give another shout out. This is definitely for people who like casual games. It's very simple. You literally have it's like a claw machine. You move it back and forth, press your button. It's a scoop, not a claw in this case. The scoop goes down. It scoops up whatever is there at the moment. Then you bring it over to your little platform. You have a platform on top of a platform. The top one comes forward and knocks the other stuff off. So you're trying to get as many these little toys to drop into your little area there as possible. Now, there's a score attack mode where it's just you. You're trying to get your high score. Everything you collect goes into a collectible section, so you can go and check it out. I know there's over 200 of these. There was a previous crane game on the Switch. They actually got DLC for more items. I expect this will too. So that's really neat. I love the whole trying to get your high score and also to collect mode. That's fantastic. But one of the unique features is, you wouldn't expect it of this game, but Satbox does this with a lot of their games. There's an online mode. You can actually battle people. Like I said earlier, I've won a couple of matches. It's me. I've been just me versus like Japanese people. Apparently this game's pretty popular there. Not so popular here. When you first look at it, it looks cheap and boring. Maybe it is boring for some people, but I liked it. It's a collectathon thing. But it has the added bonus of the online competitive thing where you have leaderboards. That's where I think it really separates itself from just a typical casual game. The last game I want to talk about is Neoteria. It was developed by Orange Pixel. They're an independent Dutch developer. This was originally released in 2012. Holy smokes. That's crazy. It's 13 years old. Just came out on the Switch this week. So in this game, you control a spaceship. You're flying horizontally through multiple worlds or levels. You're blasting your enemies. You're dodging fire. The emphasis on this game, though, is old school mechanics, timing, pattern recognition, and precision, rather than ultra-fast bullet hell chaos. You have weapon upgrade and item mechanics. Enemies drop crystals when destroyed. You're collecting them for power-ups for your weapon. There's difficulty modes and unlockables. The game starts in an easy mode, which isn't that easy, I'll tell you that. But unlocking more difficult pilots or modes is part of the game. I think there's 2 other pilots, and the pilots are actually connected to difficulty modes, which is interesting. I've played this a little bit. I've gotten to like the final boss of the first area, and I cannot beat this thing. I spent like an hour trying to beat this guy. I didn't know what was going on. I went on YouTube and looked, and the person that was playing it from like 13 years ago on an iPad. And they breezed right through it. And I was like, what in the world is going on? I actually contacted the developer and I told them what was going on with my game because it was taking forever. And they did have a suggestion, and I'm going to do this. They suggested that I make sure I'm fully powered up before getting to that final boss, or at least, somewhat powered up, because it should go by a lot quicker than what I was doing. Apparently, I wasn't powered up at all. I guess maybe I died right beforehand. I don't remember, but I'm going to restart it and try it. What I did play, that first level, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it is like an old school game. It's a slower paced game where, you have to like punch that button a million times, which is part of, I guess, the old school stuff. Personally, I would have preferred it if they just let you do auto fire. So far, so good on this game. As long as I can figure out how to beat that first boss. I'll do an update on this next week to let you know if this game is fun, if I can get past that boss, or if this game is just impossible. But I'll let you know next week. Well, that does it for episode 7. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to help the podcast out, please subscribe and download from your favorite podcast app. Leave a review, and please share this podcast around to places like Reddit or Discord or wherever else you think might help. Thanks so much, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.